Hello, and welcome to Rock Your Blog, where we're highlighting individuals who are making an impact in our community. I'm your host, Larry Laws. On today's segment of First Home Alliance, we have a very special guest. She is a young entrepreneur. She's just 9 years old and runs her business like a queen. Her business has grown from selling to friends and family to selling at craft shows. Now she gets orders from people from all over the country. Please welcome to our show the founder and owner of Lani Boo Bath, Jelani Jones. Jelani, hi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for the welcome.
Yeah. So, how's business?
Business is great. We're having a way to kick off the new year, and we have great interviews and upcoming events and new trade shows and craft shows coming up. And I'm really excited to share with you guys.
Well, that is great. That is great. You know, I met you nearly a year ago in Manassas. Do you recall that festival you was at?
Oh, yes. I really do recall that festival. It was the African American Heritage Festival, and I really enjoyed it. It was so fun. I sold my bath bombs and I sold my soaps there, and it was really fun to me, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's very interesting. You know, you're only 9 years old. Pardon me? 10?
Yes.
Get out of here.
I'm 10.
Time is really going by, isn't it?
Yes.
And you're still in school?
Yes, I'm in school. I go to Faith Baptist School. It's a private school.
Okay. And so what motivated you to start the business?
Well, really what motivated me is really having a love for making bath bombs and soaps and natural products. So that really motivates me to start, a business, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay. And how did you get it started? How did you start the business?
So it really all started also from having a love of making bath bombs and making soaps and kind of getting my hands into things, feeling the texture and mixing it up, kind of like making my own creation. And how I got started really was, so this lady from the farmer's market, she kind of took me under her wing and taught me how to make bath bombs. And I started from there, and then I started a new line for soaps. And then my business kind of took off, really.
Yes.
It really got a lot of attention, and people really know it now.
Yes. Now, you know, I started business before, and so I'm quite sure you have a big team. Do you have HR, human resources, finance, budgeting, maybe research and development, production? I mean, what support do you have?
Well, really, my parents helped me.
Okay.
Like my parents. So my parents are my whole staff.
Okay.
They're everything. They really helped me a lot, and they helped me with packaging, kind of the behind the scenes action, taxes.
Taxes.
But I do some taxes by
I
myself.
understand that you sort of put your hands in there as well.
Yes.
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 And so what are some of the other things they help you with?
They help me with making my product. My mom mainly helps me with making my product. And yeah, that's what they help me with. And my dad's a lawyer, so he can help me with anything in that nature.
Oh, great. Yes. Well, you definitely got it. And you need that in business.
Yes,
And so good
do.
you have the support team, and I'm quite sure they come at a reasonable cost as well.
Yes.
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 Yes. And so how do you fit all these things how can you do all this? How do you fit it in your schedule?
Really, we have a schedule that really balances our time. So we know when stuff is going to happen. So we know when we can make this or make that. So we know we really have a tight schedule sometimes. But at times we have nothing to do, so what else to do other than make bath bombs? Because that's really something that takes up your time, and it's really fun to do.
It sounds like you enjoy doing that. Now, so been in school, I'm quite sure you have, schoolwork to do as well.
Yes.
And so you're able to fit all that in?
Yes, I'm able to fit it in all the schoolwork because I get a lot of my schoolwork done at home. School.
Yes.
And some at home, like studying and things like that.
Yes, you're a straight A student.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and so do
I am
all.
a straight A
You
student.
are.
Yes.
And so do all these classes come really easy for you?
Not all of them.
So I know that some comes because you have talent. But what are some of the topics that are a little challenging for you?
The challenging ones are definitely math and science.
Math, and science. Okay.
Yes.
And then what are the ones that come sort of easy for you?
Reading, history, spelling, and math. Well, that doesn't necessarily come easy for me, but I like it.
You like it when when you solve the problems. You really like it, right?
Yes.
Yes. And so, what is your the topic? I would say your hobby. Do you have a hobby that you really enjoy?
Reading.
You really enjoy reading.
I really, really, really enjoy reading. I read lots of books, and I really like when I see other people read because I'm like, I'm not the only one. Because I love reading, and like a lot of people in my family love reading, and I think it's really fun to read because it basically opens up a new world to you, and it's kind of sparks your imagination.
Yes,
Really.
yes. Now, how did you come up with the name for your business?
Well, my grandmother calls me Lani Boo, so kind of fit with bath since I'm making bath products and things that you will like personal hygiene.
Right.
So that really fitted with the name since my grandma calls me that, and I think that was a really good name.
All right. I see that you went to there was a bath bomb class in Bethesda. Tell me about that.
Yes. So these girls invited me to a bath bomb class in Bethesda, which was like a bath bomb party.
Right.
So I felt like the energy was very good in there, and the girls were excited to make bath bombs, and I was really happy too because
what?
I was really happy too because I was happy that they were happy.
Okay. Okay. Now, can you remember the first sale? Your first sale?
Yes.
Okay.
My
Tell me about
first
your first
sale
sale.
was to this lady named Miss Ivy, and she's a family friend, and she goes to my church. So we brought her bath bombs, and she was really happy and excited to get them. That was my first sale. And then I had more sales to come, a lot more sales to come.
Great. Now, what do your friends think about you being in business?
Oh, I think my friends absolutely love me being in business. I think they think it's cool. And I also have two friends that also own businesses, and their names are Destiny Kindle. So they have businesses, and I think they think my business is cool too, and I think their businesses are cool also. We were really supportive to each other. And while we're supportive, we're really happy for each other, and yes.
Okay. Well, you went from selling, bath bombs to friends and family. Now you're selling across the country.
Yes, I am.
Now, so do this give you opportunity to travel?
Travel? Oh, yes, it does. So I've traveled out of state to Richmond, and then it took me to places like Georgia. Oh, wait, no, I've traveled out of state to Georgia, and then in-state was Richmond, and it took me here to Fairfax, and I also went to Manassas and different places.
Yes. And so you was at Manassas last year.
Yes.
Is there something coming up in reference to Manassas again for this year?
Oh, yes. I got invited again to the African American Heritage Festival in Manassas.
Okay. Yes. Well, I was
really
excited to meet you there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there again this year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll see you there too.
Yes. Okay. Well, I see that you brought a basket with you, and what I would like to do is take a short break, and then we come back, and you're going to share some of this, the soap and some of your product that you brought with you. Okay. All right. We're about to take a short break. But before we go, I would like to remind you that First Home Alliance is a HUD-approved housing counseling agency serving the National Capital Area. If you are a first-time home buyer or a homeowner in need of mortgage assistance, please visit the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development website to find a HUD-approved agency in your area. We will be right back after the break. Stay tuned.
With First Home Alliance, a little bit nonprofit, he established it because his mother purchased her first home at the age of 65. And everyone was like, how did you do that? Because her income was really low. And so that's how he found out about the USDA program. And so through the USDA program, his mother was able to purchase her first home. It intrigued him to see how he could help individuals basically experience the American dream of homeownership. So he established the nonprofit. Mission is to increase home ownership to low to moderate income families. And so what does First Home Alliance do?
Welcome back. You're watching Rock Your Block, and I'm your host, Larry Laws of First Home Alliance. And if you're just now tuning in, we're joined today with the owner of Lani Boo Bath, Jelani Jones. Jelani, before the break, of course, we got some things that we want to share here.
Yes.
But I want to talk about a little bit more about your travel. And so you traveled to Richmond.
Yes, I traveled to Richmond.
Yes.
It was a cultural festival, and there I met a lot of people, and I actually got my face painted, and the lady who painted my face was amazing. She did so well. And also, I met my mom's African dance teacher.
Yes.
Her name was, wait, I forgot her name. So, yeah, I met her.
You met her? Okay. Yes. And so have you seen the African dance?
Yes, I saw the African dance, and yes, it was so good. I'm
Yes.
like, I want to learn that because it looked so fun. But it looked like a lot of work. It looked like you had to learn a lot to do that. But they are so talented.
Yes. Well, that's great. And so that's great. And maybe one day that you can get a little bit further into that.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And so about some of the other travel. I think you said you went to Atlanta.
Yes, I went to Atlanta. I went to the Hers Only panel, but I went to the Hers Only Junior because I'm a younger entrepreneur.
Okay.
And that was interesting because it was a panel, and I was in front of a whole audience, and I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. It was like a conversation. It wasn't even really hard to talk. It was really easy, and I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it.
All right. And I understand, so this is not your first interview.
No.
Yes.
No.
So you have some experience on this. You was interviewed by the Kids Newsmaker.
Yes.
Okay.
Kid Newsmaker.
How was that interview?
Oh, that interview was amazing because I've never had an interview by someone like me, a kid entrepreneur. And yeah, because it was really fun and it was really interesting.
Yes. And so the Kid Entrepreneur, and so they are actually what, was they running their own production or segment?
It was an interview, but I think it was for her newspaper.
Okay.
But then on her website, she would like post the video.
Okay. And so you met some other people there. You was on a panel. And tell me about some of the other people that you was on the panel with.
So I was on the panel with Taylor Richardson, and she was she's a person who kind of inspires girls to become an astronaut, and she wants to go to Mars when she gets older.
Really?
Or Mars now.
Really? Okay. Okay. And the other person you met there?
Sandra Cunningham. She is a business owner, and she does pretty much the same thing I do.
Okay.
She was kind of the host, and she asked us the questions. So yeah, that's what it was about. Yeah.
Okay. It's so exciting here. You have some soap that you brought with you.
Yes.
Yes. And so why don't you tell me something about the soap, how it was made, and tell me a little bit about it.
Okay. So that soap, I'll pick this one up right here. This one is the lemongrass soap.
Okay.
So these leaves inside of the lemongrass soap are calendula, and it is known for, like, the calendula leaves are known for helping with eczema, and the lemongrass smells really good.
Okay.
And I made it with shea butter, coconut oil, and a lot of moisturizing oils.
Okay. And so how do you, where do you get the oils? I mean, what do you do? Tell me the process of putting that together.
So I get all the oils and I melt them. And then...
With heat? You melt them?
In the microwave.
In the microwave?
Yes.
Okay.
But
All
different
right.
ones, you can do it in the crock pot too.
Okay.
So I melt them in the microwave. And then I put the lye in it, which makes it kind of hard, but not too hard. So I can put it in the soap mold. And it's this big, long loaf kind of mold.
Okay.
So you put the mixture in.
Okay.
So you do any kind of design you want.
Okay. Do you like designs?
Yes, I love designs.
And so you get a chance to choose if you want it, I guess, square, rectangular, or star, or whatever you
Well,
want.
not with the soaps, but I do that with the bath bombs.
Okay. Okay.
I like my soaps a bar too.
You like a bar. Okay. All right. And so after you, you say you put the materials inside this, what type of instrument do you
It's like
use?
a loaf.
A loaf.
Yes, it's like a long loaf. And then at the end, when it's all dried for like 2 days,
Okay.
I wait till it dried. And then I have this big soap cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And I take it, first, I take the soap, the big soap, out of the mold.
Okay.
And I put it on the soap cutter and I take the soap, because there's little strings that kind of cut each bar.
Okay.
So I put it down and then it breaks open.
It breaks.
Or not breaks, but it cuts into these small pieces. And then you can just take them off and put them on a tray.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great. And let's. I just want to pull another one out of here. Let you go tell me. What is this here?
This is the activated charcoal soap.
Okay.
And the scent is tea tree oil. So the activated charcoal helps with moisture, and it pulls out all the toxins and the dirt from your body, and it makes you nice and clean.
Okay. That smells more like this is a male soap?
Yes, it could be it's a unisex soap.
Unisex. Okay. All right. So it pull out the oxins. Okay.
Yes.
Great. 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 We're gonna pull out one more of these soap bars.
Probably
and then,
pull out nicely decorated. Yes, this one is
boy.
very colorful. This is one of my very colorful soaps.
and what's all the ingredients in there?
Well, it's really the same thing. Each of them have the same ingredients unless I add something like charcoal to it
Okay.
or a different powder.
Well, how do you get the different colors?
Well, I just separate the mixture into at least how many colors there are. So I separate it and then pour it in at different times so that there could be stripes or anything like this.
Okay. Yeah, well, you seem to be very excited about your soaps here, and I'm not sure
Yes.
if I'm putting them back in the right boxes.
Oh, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. And then these circles, are these called the bombs here?
Yes, these are the bath balls. So
Okay.
how they work is you just put them into the bath
Okay.
and they basically dissolve and it turns the color that you want in your bath. So
Okay.
say this bath bomb is blue and it is blue.
Oh, I love
So put it in your bath
Okay.
and your water really turns blue.
Really?
Yes, it really turns blue.
I might have
Might
to
be a
try some
dash
of
of
that.
green. Dash
Okay.
of green.
How you
Since
got
there
a
is
green out of blue? Oh, it have a dash of green in it. Okay.
Okay. So yes, it will turn blue.
Okay.
Your water will turn blue.
Okay, I believe you. I'm gonna have to try that out. Okay. Well, it seemed like you're very excited about the products you have.
I am excited.
Okay. And Jelani, where do you see yourself going from here? Where are you going to be in 5 years or 10 years?
Well, I see myself in 5 years. I see myself having a nice studio to work in, a good amount of employees so they can help me make my product. And I see myself like being able to have more interviews like this so I can just progress in my business.
Oh, that's great. Yes, well, I really enjoyed you here, and I want to see you again as well.
Okay.
Yes. But you know, there are some other youth that maybe a little within themselves, they may want to try something, they're afraid of it. What encouragement could you give them?
Okay, so what I can say to them is that first, if you have a dream, think about it. Just think about how you can accomplish it. And I think if you have a dream, no matter what, you should really go for it. But first, if you want to start a business, you need to make up a business plan. First, you need to think, how hard would this be? Is it just going to be a piece of cake? Or am I going to have to work hard or make sacrifices? So that's what you need to do first. And then you need to get your village, your group of supporters, and the people who will help you in your business.
That is great. I think
and
yes.
Also, if you have that down, if you know what you're going to do, if you have all that down, go for your dream. Do it. Just do it.
Okay, that's great. And so I think that's a great party message to say, just do it. Now, if someone wanted to find out more about your information, where would they go to find your product?
So for now, they would go on Instagram and Facebook at Lani Boo Bath. And to buy my product, they would go on /Etsy.com/shop/Lani Boo Bath.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very, very much, Lani, for being on the show.
Thank you.
And I definitely want to see you back again.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. 1 second. I hope you enjoyed this interview with Jelani and found this young entrepreneur truly amazing. If you would like additional information, check out her website and connect with Jelani on Facebook and Instagram. Now it is time to check out our inbox and to see how we can help rock your block. This is where we share a recent question sent to us from you, our viewing audience, about financial stability and housing. Today's question comes from Washington, D.C. How does First Home Alliance help the military veterans and their families that are already homeowners? We help active duty service members and military veteran homeowners with homeownership and housing financial management, establishing and improving credit and mortgage assistance. We also work with your bank on your behalf to see if you qualify for a loan modification, and we will ensure you are achieving and protected under the Service Members Civil Relief Act. I am Larry Laws of First Home Alliance, and it's been a pleasure sharing with you our mission and highlighting people in our community that are making an impact. If you have questions about financial fitness or how to make your dream of homeownership a success, send your question to our inbox and tune in to our next show to see if your question was selected to be shared with our audience. You can easily get more information about our services by visiting our website. Thank you for watching Rock Your Block, and join us next time.
I joined the military in 1977. I did 20 years. Retired in 97.
Okay. All right. Tell me a little bit about some of the things you did in the military.
Well, the main thing I did in the military, I trained K9. I was military police, and I trained K9s after my first year in Korea. And I was K9 the whole time. I did a lot of conventions. I did Democratic National Conventions, UN General Assembly. I did inaugurations. I did Goodwill Games, big events. I was in charge of it. I was certification authority for the whole military, where I went out around and certified their explosive detection dogs, their drug dogs, and their patrol dogs.
Okay. All right. And upon retirement, it sounds like that you're, do you have your own company now? What do you do now?
Well, upon retirement, I went over to the airport authority at Dulles International Airport, and I started their K9 program. I did 15 years there, then I went over to Amtrak, and then I left there and started my own company.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to back up a little bit, just when we were talking about the military service there. Can you just share maybe briefly some of the places that you had opportunity to visit or deploy and things of that sort that you did?
Well, I went a lot of places. I was in Fort Knox, Kentucky. I was in Fort Dix. I was in Panama. I was in Germany. I was in Italy. I was in Fort Myers twice. I went over to Saudi Arabia, just cause. I mean, that was in Panama, just cause. I was in Panama. Then I was over in the Middle East for the Saudi Arabia deal that we happened, you know. Then I came back to Fort Mine, retired. I was in Japan too. I was over in Japan and Korea.
Okay. You traveled around on a few continents there. A lot of travel. Okay.
Yeah, training dogs, training the Japanese, you know. It was good.
Okay. All right.
Well, what brought me to First Home Alliance was a reference from a good friend of mine. He was a Sergeant Major, Marshall Williams. Because what happened was I had lost my job because of some discrepancies that I'm still going through a legal ratification behind. And my taxes were taken out because I owed taxes, so they garnished my pay, which put my mortgage payment behind because they took it out and I had direct deposit. So by the time I was able to stop that, because what would happen was they would take it out, I would owe the bank, my money was going in, I'm behind. So I went to Will, who was a good friend of mine, and he directed me to First Alliance, which did a fantastic job for me, because trying to talk to these loan companies is like talking a loan shark. You know, if you don't talk their language, you don't understand what they're talking about, and you'll be put in a bind. So y'all was a mediator, even though it took a long time, and even frustrated you all sometimes, because they kept on paperwork that was done, and then they would not have it, and then they put me on a forbearance. And finally it came through where they modified it, which I didn't have a problem with putting what I owed on the back end. I didn't think it would take that long, but y'all stuck in there and ensured that I didn't get messed over, because they came over with foreclosure stuff, and people called and say, look, why you gonna foreclose when you already done this, you know? Because me talking to them, I got frustrated, because a lot of stuff I felt was really stupid and idiotic that I didn't understand. But y'all were the mediator between that and helped get me through that process.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you coming to First Home Alliance and being referred by, yes, Sergeant Major Williams, retired, and Command Sergeant Major, retired. And so I really appreciate him referring you there to come over to allow us the opportunity to help out.